Make shots in this environment against a team like this, that's very encouraging. And then I thought second half, especially to start the second half, we got some really key defensive stops to get the lead above 10. And we really settled in and had poise until about the last 2 minutes. And that's probably on us more as coaches than it is the guys. We haven't been in a game like this where we've had to kind of burn clock, get the ball in against pressure and those type of things, and we'll learn and be better the next time that happens as well, I think.
Questions? Wireless microphone. Raise your hand, please.
Coach, I know you were busy coaching your team, but at any time in the afternoon, did you ever just step back and pitch yourself and say, hey, I'm coaching UCLA against Kentucky in Rupp Arena for the first time?
Well, I pinch myself a lot, just being in a place like this, because it's a very special place, and we need a win like this with a starting 8-0 and doing the things that we've done to date. I think not so much during the game. Saw a lot of people before the game, just saw Rex. I haven't been in here in 33 years, so it's been a while since I've been in here. So, and we played awfully well that night, and I think lost by 5 or 6 points. So to come back in here and obviously an incredible place to play with a lot of history and tradition. Just happy for our guys because our guys get to experience that. And I didn't think there was anything about them tonight that was a filling out process. We talked about don't go in and jab around the ring and see if you belong. You're 8-0, you're playing well, trust us, you belong. And I thought that was the key thing that our guys did from the tip. They made me not think about anything but just the enjoyment of coaching them. They've been a lot of fun to coach, and we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen down the road because I think we got a chance to be pretty good.
Coach, a key point in the game, I mean, the Lonzo 3 at the end of the half kind of started it, but that run at the beginning of the second half to kind of give you guys control of it, I think it was 11-2 run. How key was that giving you some?
Well, it was big key, and we've been talking about that all year. And if you look at the thing I'm probably most pleased about is we came in here having a certain identity, and we left here with that same identity, just doing it against the #1 team in the country, and by far the best team we've played. So to know that we've established an identity of 6 guys in double figures again, that's been our identity. We probably had too many turnovers tonight. This is a lot more than what we normally have, but that's a credit to Kentucky's defense as well. And I think our guys will learn from that. We had some silly turnovers as well that hurt us. But that's what I like, is that we came in being a high-scoring team that shared the ball, team that put 6 guys in double figures, and we were able to do that again. And to do that in this building against this team, that's very encouraging. So it's about when you get into December before you get to conference, that identity getting cemented. You might think that's what you can look like, and you hope that's what you can look like, but we've got a pretty good identity building right now, and hopefully we can continue that.
Steve, how did you feel Lonzo playing?
Well, I thought he was terrific. He's playing against a very good player in Fox, and that's a great matchup, and I thought he did a lot of good things for us in the first half, and then making the shot to end the first half, I think, really got him going for the second half. But he just does what he does. He'll tell you he had more turnovers than what he should have had tonight, but he ends up with 14 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and then he does what Zoe does. Kid just knows how to win. I mean, I've watched it for the last 2.5 years in the LA area. Didn't matter who they played. We've seen it. The game before last, I think he took 1 or 2 shots, and we win by 40. He can beat you by taking a lot of shots, taking no shots. You can almost tell him just go get 15 rebounds, and that's what it takes to win. He'll do it, and I think that's what makes him special, is that he can beat you in a lot of different ways, and he did that again tonight.
Lonzo, could you talk about that? Was that 3-point into the first half? Did that kind of get you going, and what was kind of your mindset coming in the second half? How did you bounce back?
I had the shot and I took it. Coach doesn't tell me to hesitate, so I wasn't hitting the whole game, but at the big moments, I'm gonna come through. So I put it up and then went in. It was a good shot and a good way to go into halftime.
Lonzo, there was a moment in the second half. It looked like they were getting ready to make a run. They had a run out. You come up with a steal, have a dunk. Then about 30 seconds later, you hit a big 3. How much do you think those 2 plays were key for you guys to kind of staving off their run? They looked like they were starting to build some momentum.
Once again, Coach said it's going to be a lot of runs. They're going to have runs, we're going to have runs. But at the end of the day, whoever has the most runs is going to win. So, that's just us, finding a way to win. So it's not all me, it's my teammates too. So it's just a good collective unit out there, and we got the job done.
Steve, over here to your left. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
You've played here 33 years since you were last year, so you know how difficult it is to play here and get a win here. How much more of a shine does it put on your program to get a victory here against Kentucky, its history, and being a ranked team?
Well, you're trying to build. I think last time UCLA won in somebody else's building, or ranked number one in the country, might have been Stanford back in early 2000, 2001. So it's been a while. And for us to come into this environment, it's a totally different environment. Hopefully we'll be able to build on this, because we got obviously more road trips ahead of us, and we can build on it. That no matter what run is thrown at us, we can always go back to this game and let our guys know, hey, this is how you handled it in a much tougher environment. So I think we'll play with more poise next time. So there'll be a lot of lessons learned from this, but hopefully the guys take a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum away, knowing that they can play with anybody in the country. Not just play with anybody in the country, we can beat anybody in the country. And we've got a goal of being good to great. And we're not great yet, but we knew we were good coming in. We took a pretty good step towards being a little bit better than good after this win, and hopefully we'll continue to get better.
Last question, your fondest memories of having played here, some things you may have shared with the players that helped them to get their minds right to come here and win.
Well, I don't share much with my players anymore, because they have no idea. They weren't born in the era I played. So Isaac's trying to bring back the short shorts. You are seeing that trend come back. Kids are starting to roll up their waist. So the short shorts are coming back. I just told them the legs don't look as good as they did back in the 80s. So it may be a while before they really take hold. But so we don't spend much time with that. I've told them I was in here, but really not much of our experiences. Last time I played in here, we were a young team. That was a team that won the Elite Eight. I think we lost by 5 or 6 to, I think Kentucky might have been number one in the country at that time as well. So remember playing well, remember Marty Simmons playing well, and we played well, just didn't win. So to come back in here and get a win for our program to do that, the steps that we've been trying to get to, that's been special. The UCLA brand is huge. We had a losing season last year. That didn't happen very often at UCLA, and yet we were ranked in the top 20 to start the year. That's the power of the brand that we have. And so this new freshman, along with the vets, have done a good job of blending this summer and working towards this, and hopefully we can take some momentum out of here.
Steve, you mentioned Fox briefly. What were your impressions of him and Monk as freshman guards? You had one of your own that's very good.
Well, you had a lot of really good freshmen on the floor tonight. A lot of really good freshmen. So it's fun to watch when there's that much talent on the floor. And so I thought their freshmen were terrific. I thought our freshmen were really good. I thought not only Zoe, I thought what EK and TJ did was spectacular. TJ had 13 rebounds, 17 points, 5 assists. I thought he was a handful, and maybe if there was a key to the game, it was him, because I thought he came up with every big rebound, came up with big baskets. But we did what we've done all year. Tommy Welsh never got in the rhythm, and yet makes 2 huge baskets for us down the stretch. So it didn't matter who it was, whether it was a veteran or freshman. We had guys making big plays at opportune times, and it's what we've done through 8 games, and we continue to do.
Steve, can you expand a little more on TJ Lee's play? I thought he was pretty efficient. Do you think he's perhaps surpassing expectations early on?
I don't know about expectations. We don't talk much about that. We just talk about being as good as we can be, and he, like everybody else on our team, they work awfully hard in practice. And when you work hard in practice and you're in the film room and you're learning and you're studying and you're working on your skill, the opportunity to be better is going to happen, and that's what's happened with TJ. And he's gotten off to a tremendous season, and obviously a big piece to what we're doing.
Couple more, John, up front.
Isaac, is for you. What was your all's mindset coming in, and what do you think ultimately was the difference in the game?
Our mindset was just, eliminating transition. keeping them at half court, and I think we did a good job at that. Under a lot of screens and contested a lot of shots, and I think we just stuck to the game plan. The coach got prepared for us, and we executed.
One more in the back.
Steve, hey, tell me about Bryce. I'm not sure I've seen him as poised as he was tonight. Tell me about his growth right now.
Well, it's been great, other than those 2 free throws he missed. But on a serious side, he's been great, and you got to have those vets. And Bryce and Isaac and Tom, but Bryce and Isaac have been through it all. They've been through the Sweet 16s they were part of last year, and I think they've been tremendous in saying how much we need the freshmen, and we did that in Australia. So we got by that transition period, because a lot of times you go in as a freshman and you've got seniors that are like, hold on now, this is our team. And it's never been that. So it's the leadership of Bryce and Isaac that I like the most. But those 2 guards are potent, and those 2 guards, I think, I think there's great guards here at Kentucky, and I think we got great guards. And you saw that tonight. I thought that their guards were really good, and I thought our guards were terrific. And they make the plays that they have to make to win. And Bryce has always been that, like Zoe, understands winning and understands winning time. When you have to make the play that really dictates, can you put yourself and your team in a situation and now go grab the win. He's never been afraid of the moment, and so it's been fun. And to do that with him on the team and the things that he's been able to do with Isaac as a senior, I'm very proud of my seniors, just like I am my freshmen.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.